Greetings, this is Tanaka Rodney Chindum representing Golden Cloud Network, and today we're going to be talking about the roles and responsibility of the city or town council. The city or town council are a group of elected individuals who serve the purpose or responsibility of accommodating public concerns and public interests. So it is expected for any given community in any given area to have common interests or concerns that are related to the maintenance or development of the community in which they are part of. This is where the city or town council comes in. They are the people that ensure that these concerns and interests are fulfilled or addressed so that people can have a better quality of life within the communities that they live in. So the members of the city or town council have numerous roles and responsibilities that ensure that these objectives are fulfilled. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. So duty number one, legislation and policy making, rules. So the council creates rules, visions, and budgets which are dedicated to serving the common interests of the citizens in their jurisdiction. They pass local laws that enforce the resolution of public concerns within the people of that community. So if the public is interested, for example, in land development, the council will then pass laws which are dedicated to that interest. Or if the public is concerned about land zoning, the council will then pass laws or amendments in that regard that make sure that all issues that have to do with that matter are resolved peacefully and orderly. So the city or town council does the same for other matters of public interest or concerns. They make rules in regards to these issues. And other issues may include economic development, public safety, infrastructure maintenance, and more. So this concludes duty number one. Moving on to duty or responsibility number two, which is fiscal oversight and budgeting. The world that we live in today requires money to get things done. This makes fiscal oversight and budgeting a major area of focus for the council. The council lobbies for an annual budget which caters for the community's operational and capital ventures. So the money from this budget is then used to fund various projects which address the raised interests or concerns. So there are a number of departments operating under the council which are in need of the money that comes from this budget. Such departments include the police department, the fire brigade, parks, and other various departments like public works and more. So having that said, the logical follow-up question will be, where does the council get their money from? So there are top three main revenue sources for the council, and these are: number one, property taxes; number two, state shared revenue; number three, charges for services. So we're just going to touch on each and every one of these sources of revenue. So number one, property taxes. These are taxes that are imposed on residential, commercial, or industrial developers who profit from community members. Number two, state shared revenue. This is the money that is sourced from the national budget and given to the council so that it can fulfill its mandate. Number three, charges for services. Such services include water, waste management, energy, recreational programs such as sports leagues, business licenses, parking, and more. So these are services that are offered to the people by the council, and the council charge for it so that they can raise money to operate. So once the money is there, the next step will be to execute the raised projects or the proposed projects which fulfill the council's objectives. The council members are the ones that approve the necessary expenditures related to the execution of these public projects. So the council publishes and awards contracts which serve this function. For example, let's say that the community wants the roads to be improved. The council then they then source the money from the mentioned sources, and once they have sourced that money, they then approve the contractors who then do the projects that are meant to serve the raised concerns. So this is all the council. The council are the people that oversee this whole process flow. So duty number three is planning land use. So in a given area, in a given town, in a given city, there will be undeveloped land for the taking, and there will be developed land for use. So the council is responsible for deciding and declaring the nature of activity which takes place in a given area. So this is usually strategic. For example, central areas would then be dedicated for commercial land use, and other places that may be in the outskirts of the area may then be dedicated for residential purposes, and other areas which are which are from a reasonable distance from the area can then be used for industrial purposes. So the council are the people, they have experts on their team that help them assess the land and then direct what that land will be used for. And this process is called land zoning. So the city or town council enacts and amends zoning codes according to the appropriate division. For example, this land would then be used for commercial, this land would then be used for residential, industrial, agricultural, etc. So once the land is zoned, plans can then be made on land use or development, and it is the council that reviews and approves any and all development plans. All the mentioned duties are quite a big deal. They affect a lot of people, and because of that, they cannot be carried out by a single person. It is important to note that council members have no individual power. Their power is wielded as a collective, backed by the authority of the public office in which they sit in. They receive a budget to hire staff that aid them in their duties and responsibilities, because there will be petty tasks that will need to be done, and they cannot do all those tasks by themselves. So the council's most important hire is a position called the city manager. And this city manager is the one who basically runs the day-to-day operations, because council members only meet once in a while, they don't meet every day. So the city manager is the one who will be handling the day-to-day operations, which include the appointment and the management of heads of public departments, such as the police department. So he appoints the police chief, or in public works, the city manager appoints the public works director, etc. So the mayor is also a relevant figure in relation to the council. So the mayor can either be a regular member of the council who sits on the board and acts as the chairperson with no individual executive power, or the mayor can be elected separately to become the chief executive of the community's public office. So having said that, this then concludes the main roles and responsibilities of the city council. Let us end here today. Thank you for watching.